Okay, so this video I've been wanting to do for a couple months because I think there's these assumptions about whether they be bloggers or influencers or people who have maybe like an online presence. Reason being, I think, because what y'all see through the lens of Instagram or through the lens of my blog or social media or whatever, you sometimes forget that what you see is about 1% of that person's reality. Even though we try to share as much as possible, it obviously is edited. We share what we like to share. We don't share all the bullshit and all the crap and the really horrible days. Like basically the point of the story in this rant is what you see on the internet isn't always true. And because you think you maybe know somebody because you follow them on Instagram, doesn't always mean your assumptions or your reality is their reality. So I guess about a month or two ago, I put on Instagram, I said, I want to do an assumptions video because I think these are really funny. And they just kind of help clear the air about people and let y'all learn more about me. So I said, what are some assumptions you have about me? And the responses I got were, some were very kind, some were very forward, some were hilarious, and some were could not be more incorrect. So I compiled some of the most common ones I got, some of the funniest ones I got, and we're gonna go through those right now. Here we go. Assumptions about Courtney Kerr. Okay, first one. This one I got a lot, and I don't know if I'm offended or if I'm like, thank you, that you've had plastic surgery. I have not been under a knife. I have never had a facelift. I've never had an eyebrow lift. I've never had the skin on my eyes taken off. I haven't had a neck lift. I haven't had a nose job. I haven't had a chin job. Any of those jobs that involve a knife or any type of surgery, I have not done. I have done fillers. I have done Botox, and I like them. I guess the last time I had fillers put in my lips was about 2 years ago. I get Botox regularly, like every, I'd say 4 to 6 months. What else? I've had fillers put up here in my cheeks before. Where else have I had fillers put? I think that's really about it. Oh, no, I guess about like 7 or 8 years ago, before reality TV, I had fillers put right here in my tear troughs to cover up the dark circles. But it actually made my eyes look more puffy, and it made me look like puffy all the time. The dark circles and like the hollows went away, but I just didn't like that. So now I stick to just like minimal Botox just to like keep that forehead looking tight and glassy. I do Botox around my eyes just so those crow's feet, but I really overall I think like the fullness that I've started to get in my face with age as far as just like gaining a little more weight. I like Botox and fillers, and if you like them, go get them. And I am the one who has to look in the mirror and I like it. So I know that's kind of a hot topic. If it makes you feel good, go put a needle in it. If you want to go get a boob job, go do it. If you want to get a nose job, go do it. So as long as you feel confident, I guess that's really all that matters, right? Okay, next assumption, that you're super confident and don't have any insecurities. Well, this is a two-parter. I am very confident. Well, I'm an only child, so I grew up kind of talking to adults. Mostly there weren't a lot of kids around. My mom always put me in situations where she made me like order for myself at a restaurant or speak to adults and learn how to have conversations and make small talk. She was always really good at that. Nothing really scares me as far as like public speaking is concerned, or being forward, or being overly zealous maybe, and just being kind of an extrovert in that capacity. I'm confident because most of the time you gotta fake it till you make it. Like you gotta just put on a happy face and just roll. And I think years of doing like morning television and live television really causes you to have this confidence and develop it, because no one sitting at home watching morning television cares if you had a bad morning or you had a fight with your boyfriend or whatever the things that women deal with. But as far as insecurities are concerned, I have insecurities just like everybody else. Like the things I really hate about myself, I mean, that's a laundry list, but I'm just like any woman. Like, I don't like my neck wrinkles. I don't like that no matter how many teen squats I do, I still have cellulite and my legs don't look like Carrie Underwood's. I hate that as I've gotten older, I have a fupa. Like, it's just like, there are insecurities that I think every woman deals with, and they're kind of our own demons. But, you know, you just got to put on a happy face and work with what the good Lord gave you. Am I right? Okay, next. This is a two-parter because I got both of these questions like side by side and I thought they were really interesting. The first one is that you had a tough childhood, and the second one said that you grew up with money. They were side by side, so I thought it was funny, so I'm gonna clear both of those up. Did I have a tough childhood? My family didn't have a lot of money. My parents were both blue collar for the most. My dad worked for the city. My mom was in education. So was there a ton of money? No. There was a period in our life that I remember, like my mom would go, we have $50 in it. We need to make it last till the end of the week. And we'd go get like 39-cent tacos at Taco Bell. There was a period in my life that if I wanted new clothes, My mom had to go to Cloth World and buy fabric and patterns and sew them for me. I couldn't afford to get a new dress for whatever I needed a dress for. So there were moments like that were tough. She did a really good job of teaching me how to like make the best with what you've got. And like we were on a beer budget, but we had champagne taste, which is probably why I still love like scavenging through TJ Maxx or Walmart or Target. I love a deal. I am a bargain bragger so hard. Like if someone's like, I love your sweater, I'm like, oh my God, it was $6. Can you believe that? It comes in like 12 colors. You can get it in gray and get it black. I bought it in all of them. Like I still love a deal. And it's because I spent the majority of my life only shopping sale racks. And so I think that other question that you grew up with money is really funny because we didn't really grow up with money, but my grandparents paid for me to go to a private school. And my mom, she did such a good job of hiding, I think if there ever was money struggles, like she didn't want me to see them. So I still got to take dance classes. I still got to, go to the camps that I wanted to because she really made sure that I had a great life, that I wasn't going to be affected because we didn't have as much money as maybe some of my friends had. Okay, next, that someone does your hair and makeup every day for you. I wish that was my reality. No, I do my own hair and I do my own makeup every single day. I actually prefer doing my own hair and makeup just because, it's just like you kind of like the way you like to look. But I love having it done. When I do have my hair and makeup done, I always feel like I learn new tips and tricks. But yeah, no. I'm beating this mug every day and curling this hair every day. Wouldn't that be nice to be a Kardashian? Just someone shows up at your house at 7 a.m. to do glam? That'd be awesome. That you are really, 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 there were 3 reallys, tall. This is so funny to me because I think, I'm going to ask my photographer, do I photograph tall?
I think so.
I think people think I'm very tall because I wear heels all the time. I'm always in heels. Oh, that's such a good point. A lot of influencers are really, really, really short. Like petite. They're all like extra small, 0s, 2s. They wear like size 25 jeans. I'm like a healthy size 6, a healthy medium, and a size like 28 on a good day jean. So I think just comparatively speaking, I probably look taller because I'm just like, there's like just more of me. I don't know. But I think I have a very average, normal woman's body, whatever average or normal is these days. But I'm not overweight, but I'm not like very small. But I think standing next to a lot of other bloggers, I look like Shrek. I look like gigantic. So just... Once again, we're just working with what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this was a funny one. That you and Tori aren't as good of friends anymore. I think that's so funny. So if you're a new follower or reader, Tori's my best friend. We did a reality show together in 2012 called Courtney Loves Dallas. It was on Bravo. So people saw her, I think when I was like introduced to the social media scene, people saw her all the time on my social media because we were both single and going out all the time. But now she's engaged. She's about to be married to this really lovely man named Josh. He has a son. Tori's got this whole new family that I'm so happy for. So we don't get to see each other as much as we want. I'm her maid of honor though. Same with me. Like I have a boyfriend, he has kids. Like we just kind of have different lives now that don't involve us like going to the club and getting drunk. So I saw her last night actually. We did the hair and makeup test for her wedding. Going to her bachelorette party next weekend. So yep, she's still my boo. Okay, this is another funny one about my relationships. That you're pulling an Oprah and Stedman and never getting married. So, I mean, Lord, I hope I get married. I'm just waiting on a question to be asked. I'll say yes for sure. I mean, I'd like to get married. I'd be fine with that though. Nothing would really change except we'd live together full time and like have to do our taxes together, I guess. I don't think it would really change much, That you're very friendly but can go into bitch mode when necessary. True! Ding, 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 ding. I am super friendly. I would talk to a wall if it would talk back to me. But I also think a lot of times kindness is mistaken for being weak. And so if I think someone thinks, oh, she's really friendly, and then they try to like walk all over me or take advantage of me, I can flip pretty quickly. I think some of that comes from what I talked about, just being confident. Like I'm very willing to speak my mind, speak up, speak out. And I didn't have any siblings to argue with or like have to get into confrontations with. So it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. Like I'll just ask for what I want. And if people say no, that's fine. But I can go into bitch mode, I think, if I'm being taken advantage of, or I think somebody is making a decision that I don't morally agree with or that doesn't like settle with me. But yeah, the bitch mode doesn't come out very often. And Lord, I hope none of y'all ever have to experience it. But, and if you ever see me out and I'm not talkative and I'm not smiling, it's probably because I'm like listening to all the voices in my head. I'm just like doing to-do lists in my head. But I don't think, gosh, I would hope people wouldn't describe me as bitchy. I think I'm just forward. I have a resting bitch face, so that might be a little confusing. Okay, we've got two more. That you're very strict about what you eat. That is so far from the truth. I kind of live by like the 80-20 rule. So I kind of let myself just live 20% of the time, but then 80% of the time I try to be very diligent about eating clean, eating healthy, having enough water, not drinking, eating enough vegetables, et cetera, et cetera. So like I went to the state fair and had 2 corn dogs and I was really happy about it. And like if there's chicken tenders and ranch, I'm probably gonna order them. But I also eat salads 80% of the time. So no, I'm not strict. I let myself taste everything. Just don't eat the whole piece of cake. Just eat like a bite. That's hard. And the last question, that you work your ass off and hustle, but then someone else said, I assume that you have an entire team that does everything for you. So I want to explain that whole misconception or assumption. I actually am my only employee. I have myself and then I also have my photographer. So I guess I have 1 employee, but you're not really an employee. I don't have like an assistant. I don't have an intern. I have a photographer that comes over once a week and does my wonderful videos and takes pictures, but I don't have like minions that work for me. I think it's really funny. I know a lot of influencers and bloggers that have like assistants and interns, and I feel like since this is about me and it's about my brand and my personality, I personally want to touch everything and feel a part of it. And yes, it's nice to have somebody like answering on your behalf and doing things for you, but maybe that's part of the only child in me is I really enjoy that personal connection, whether it's like developing a relationship with a brand or developing a relationship with a PR company or developing a relationship like even just with my manager. I've had employees before and it was great while it lasted. I had an employee that worked for me for 5 years. After she left, I think everybody thought I was on like suicide watch because they were like, how's Courtney gonna make it without Shannon? And that was 3 years ago, and I haven't replaced her. Miss you, Shan, but I think I just discovered that I really enjoyed talking to people and having kind of being the one to answer even the tedious emails that are like so detail oriented that they make me want to like pull my hair out. I would rather be roped in on those things. So I feel like it really allows me to be more of an entrepreneur or have hands on every part of my business. Does it allow me to feel really stretched thin? Yeah, there's days that I feel like the biggest asshole because I'm late answering an email, but I really do pride myself on doing it all myself. You know, I'm a jack of all trades, I guess. A jackass of all trades. Well, I hope you loved this video about all the misconceptions. Hopefully I cleared up some of the lies, some of the truth, you know. Just clear the air, shall we? If there's any other questions you had about me that maybe I didn't answer here, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Also, head to KERRently.com. If you want to see all the other things, you know, we got fashion, we got beauty. I like to mix it up on these videos every now and then and do something that's a little more personal. So I hope you loved this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to my channel.